Hey everyone, it is an absolutely spectacular day today. It's Thursday and I have some things to show you in my Florida butterfly garden. Here we are in my pentas garden, and in one of my little raised planters, my Rudbeckia hirta is blooming, and that little pop of yellow in here with all these pentas is so pretty. And look, it's got 1, 2, 3 more flowers about to open. And let me show you something else. Last year, this pot had a Rudbeckia hirta in it, and it was in this general area. It dropped a lot of seed. And look, this year they're all coming up. So I'm going to be digging these little cute guys up. Here's some that are bigger. And I'm going to be transplanting them into my planters. This is one of my pipevine trellis planters where the pipevine is currently dormant. But look, you can see there's 2 in there that I already transplanted in. Same with over here. And you know what? This pipevine came from a good friend of mine, and she has it growing in her backyard. And apparently this is a different type because it did not go dormant. But it's not, there's one type of pipevine that's not a good one. It's not that one. Anyway, I just wanted to share that because, you know, I love my pipevine. But I think it's really cool that this one did not go dormant, which is why I'm making the assumption that's a different variety than the Aristolochia tomentosa, which is the native pipevine, which is the other one that has gone dormant. And you can see I've potted some of the Rudbeckia hirta. Well, not potted, but I've relocated in here. So look at me adding diversity to my pots. I just said I was going to start doing that, and here I am, and it's free. Thanks to all of my little Rudbeckia hirta babies coming up right here in the garden. And they can get pretty big, as like the one I showed you over in the pentas garden. But let me just show you how easy it is to do. Look at that, there's something coming up right there. So I don't want to disturb that because that could be a little pipevine growth coming up. So let's go over to this side right here, and all I'll do is I'll take and just kind of make a little well, I'll find a plant tag is what I'll do, but I'll make a little depression in the soil, and then I'll come to the plant over here and I'll just kind of scoop it up and then pull it out and just set it there. It doesn't want to come off the shovel. There. And it's like nothing happened. I'm just going to pull the bark out and just pat it down a little and tuck it in. Yeah, there's my little inspector here, making sure I did it all right. Did I do it all right? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So there we go. So all day long, I'm just going to be scooping up these little guys and sticking them up in some of my potted plants. This pot here for sure is going to get some. This one is currently, well, it's got some tropical sage that's coming up on its own because, you know, that's what it does. But it's got the butterfly pea here for the long-tail skipper. So, I mean, think if this whole bottom is just covered in Rudbeckia hirta with those yellow flowers coming up against the blue flowers that the butterfly pea gives, it's going to be spectacular. Here, look, I just moved one on either side of the tropical sage. That's going to be beautiful. And hopefully, when it gets some time to grow and establish its roots, it'll be doing this over there in my planters. Look, you guys, I'm out here planting my silver buttonwoods, and look who came flying in. It's one of my little Atalas. Oh my gosh, this just made my day. Ray just bumped the shrub and made it fly away. You guys, an eastern tiger swallowtail, I'm not kidding, just came swooping through my garden. It went off over there. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be on the lookout. It's got to come back, right? I mean, where else would you want to be? Okay, it's going to come back and I'm going to film it. Silver buttonwoods are planted, so now I have my cocoa plum, silver buttonwood, silver buttonwood. That's a porterweed that's going to grow back. Simpson stopper and Simpson stopper. So we're going to have a whole row of Florida native shrubs that are going to back up this garden space that I'm currently working on redesigning, I guess I would say. That's going to be fabulous. Look how pretty they are shining in the sun. So far today, I have seen the Atala, a sulfur butterfly, the eastern tiger swallowtail. Oh my gosh, it better come back. And a monarch in my garden. So, you know what? Let's add some more butterflies to the mix because I got some people in there that want to fly. And there's another polynama swallowtail ready to go. Okay, so this time for releasing them, I've got it rigged up so it's angled up because they like to go up and hopefully they'll fly out on their own. I have it rigged up and leaning on a pot back there. There's a Atala, the eastern black swallowtail from yesterday, which is ready to go. That's it, flying all around. Remember yesterday it went down? It wasn't ready, but you can see today it's ready. And even tilted, they're still sitting inside. Okay, the eastern black swallowtail is down in my pentas. I'll go find her in a minute. Here is the beautiful polydamas. Come on, beautiful. Oh. Yay. Oh, go, baby, go. Oh, there she goes. Oh my gosh, so cute. Now maybe she's a female and the other one's a male that we saw earlier. I don't know, but maybe they'll find each other and decide to make a permanent residence in my butterfly garden. I don't see the eastern black swallowtail anymore. I think she flew off somewhere while I was letting the polydamas out. Hopefully we'll see her later in my garden too. I just got the marlberry that I bought to put between the two viburnums planted in the ground. It's going to be beautiful there. And now I just have one shrub left from my last trip to the nectary, and that is a Jamaican caper. I know exactly where I'm gonna put it because where they all are now is behind my garden chairs, but the flowers they put on are so beautiful. I'm gonna be able to sit in my chair and see some of them. So right here on this corner of my garden room, there is a snow square stem that's going to grow back in nicely. There's a fire bush that's going to grow back in nicely. But then right behind it is the perfect amount of room for another native shrub. And I'm going to plant that little Jamaican caper right down there. I think when it grows in, it'll be beautiful. I think that will be an excellent spot for that beautiful little Florida native shrub. Everyone, it's Friday morning now. This video is going up tonight and we're just gonna finish up a few things in my garden, and I have some things to chat with some of you about. There are officially seedlings up in the middle section of the planter, yay. Some of my milkweed is starting to grow. That's swamp milkweed, Asclepias incarnata. It has been dormant, and I am so excited to see that some of it is starting to grow in, because those monarch butterflies are going to start showing up and they need places to lay their eggs. I have to share with you that I've started looking for caterpillars like daily on my usual plants, my wild limes and the pipe vine for sure, because what I'm thinking is if my butterflies inside are eclosing, my swallowtails, then the ones out in nature are probably eclosing too. I mean, I did see that eastern tiger swallowtail fly through my garden on 2 separate occasions. So who's to say that they're not coming through and starting to lay some eggs? We could have an earlier butterfly season starting here in Florida because of this incredibly fabulous weather. It's just been in the 80s and blue sky and sunshine. 10-day outlook is all the same. We have a couple cloudy days this weekend, but I mean, so why not? Maybe I'll find some. There's always that hope. And I'll let you know. I was just walking by and look what I noticed. Right here is scarlet hibiscus growing in from the base. This is how, like, these are the old stems from last year, and there's a new stem. And that came up quick because I do not remember seeing that. These grow pretty fast, so I love that. Oh, look, there's another one back there. Oh my gosh, we are starting to come out of dormancy. Is that another one? It is, look. Here's another old one from last year, and look, new one this year. This is so exciting, you guys. Wonder what else is starting to grow back. This little guy here. And wasn't I just saying about starting to look for caterpillars? Because guess what? At least I saw one of the eggs hatched from the cloudless sulfur, and I have a baby caterpillar right here. There might be more than one. I just saw the one. I got so excited I had to show you. Let's get in close and I'll share these adorable tiny, tiny, tiny babies with you. It's so tiny it'll barely focus, but it's moving. You see it? Oh, do you see it moving on the... Well, it's just stopped moving. It's moving a little bit. Hopefully you can see it. This is the best I can get it to focus right now because it's so little. But there's one first baby caterpillar in the lepidarium of 2025. I can't even stand it. It's moved a lot now. I hope you can see it. I'm going to go look and see if the other two are anywhere to be seen. Yep, I found another one. See the little yellow stripe up on the top? That's two. Okay, I did not see the third one, but that doesn't mean it's not there. You know, they're tiny. They're hard to see. I have one more spectacular thing to show you, and then we're going to have a chat. Some of you. We got to have a chat. There is a giant swallowtail that just eclosed. It's not ready to be released, but look how beautiful. See, they're eclosing in here. They've got to be eclosing in nature. We're going to find swallowtail eggs soon. I called it. Let's make it so. Some of you have been watching my channel for quite some time, and we have been consistently and regularly chatting in the comments, and there's something I don't know, and that is your name. Just your first name. One of you, I'm gonna call you out right now. I don't know the number that goes with your name, but I know your name. I don't know your name. I know your YouTube name. All I see in the comments is your YouTube channel username. So I don't know your name, and I've been talking to you for so long. Leopard lover. You're the first one. I have no idea what your first name is. I would love to know if you could just tell me your first name. That would be great. But I have a whole list of more of you. The Alternative, Occupy New Paradigm, you too also. I don't know your first names. I would love to know you. I feel like we've been talking forever and no idea what your name is. But I have more. Are you ready? Because I wrote them all down. Here we go. I'm going to read them off the list. Then we're going to take a little walk through my garden and we're going to wrap up this video. All right. If this is you, tell me your name in the comments. Chalk it up. We chat a lot. Chalk it up. I feel like, I don't know, if you were on Instagram, maybe I knew your name, but tell me again. PC 1189, Soulcology, All the Backyard Critters, Adventures with TJ the Prez, Seagull 793, Woolly Dog 23, Sky Lady 64-ish, El Serenity Garden. This is like one of my favorite names. Functional Junkie. I love your name. I would love to know your first name. And Chopper Doll. That's it for now. I'm sure there are more of you, but you know, I could go on and on in this video, and I would just love to know your first name. I mean, my name is Susan, and we chat so much on here. It'd just be nice to know your first names. All right, now let's go take a little walk through my garden, see what's blooming, and just have a good look around. My coral fire spike, I trimmed it all back and got most of the dead off. You can see there's still some more I need to trim. It's definitely lower, but it's gonna grow back and grow up just fine. And then right below it, Coontee's looking good. I wish it was being eaten by Atala caterpillars, but you know, we can't have everything yet. Look at Mr. Ringo over there in the chair. He just loves sitting there. It's the sweetest thing. The Caterpillar Cove is greening up. A little bit of the milkweed starting to grow. Wild limes. are ready to receive eggs for giant swallowtails. And of course, my pipe vine is ready to receive eggs for polydamas swallowtails and pipe vine, but really want the polydamas. This is my most unfinished garden section that is gonna, I think is gonna be kind of like a pollinator garden, just random flowers for butterflies and other pollinators. I set that little beach, what's this called? Beach tea in there to see how it liked it, because it does get a lot of sun. And it's supposed to be a pollinator magnet, so maybe I will plant that in there. Also, my bee balm I've set over here, which I'm probably going to go ahead and plant in there. And then, you know, I want some Mexican sunflowers across the back. I'll probably plant more of them back in there as I get more that are ready to go in the ground. And then, of course, over here, there is a lot of tropical sage, but there's also these two Mexican sunflowers coming up. They did get some damage from the freeze, so I cut them back, and now they're growing back just fine. And then this is the other nectar garden. Got some interesting flowers in here. I'm ready for them all to start blooming. I mean, there's a few things blooming, but I want more. My little Mexican sunflowers up in the corner. Yesterday I saw a Gulf fritillary. Oh my gosh, look. There was a little skipper. Oh, I don't know if I caught it on camera. But yesterday there was a Gulf fritillary on this blue mist flower. And today there was just a little skipper. It was one of those tiny ones. Maybe a fiery skipper? I'm not sure. I could see it flitting around. Oh, it landed on the pink pentas. Let's go see if we can see it. Oh, there it went. This Texas lantana is blooming too. I've seen a few butterflies on it also. It seems to be thriving in this area. As a matter of fact, I should probably take the one out of the haunted pot and plant it in here. There'd be room for it like right there, or, well, right back there is where I sprinkled some more Mexican sunflower seeds, but right here, I could move it and let it grow and be happy and get it out of its haunted situation. And I love that. I think it was Elizabeth in her Florida garden has the same issue with one of your pots. Nothing will grow in it. I'm glad it's not just me. I mean, look at this pitiful thing. Yeah, I'm for sure gonna move that. My little chair side tropical slash flower garden is looking beautiful. I love it. Those pentas, man, the pink and the red in there with some of these tropical plants mixed in. And listen to that bird. Our little musical guest is right up there. I don't know who it is. I need to learn my bird sounds and birds. Maybe one of you recognizes it and can tell me. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. pentas garden. Swamp milkweed garden. We were just up close with some of those in there. Things I grew from seed garden. I think there's even more seedlings today. Well, there definitely are in the middle. I already showed you that. I might sprinkle some more seeds in there because, I don't know, more is more, right? The native wildflower garden, Florida native wildflowers, I have a collection of them and they're all growing in this space. Remember when I came out and threw out all those seeds? Well, some of these little things in here growing are those seeds, and some of them are weeds, and we're just gonna let them all grow because eventually they'll get taller and we'll know exactly who they are, hopefully. But I just love how it's all greening up, even if it is weeds. Back in the depths underneath the split leaf, there's probably a whole ecosystem of life in there that I'm completely unaware of, except for the fact that the dogs rummage through there once in a while. So I know them. Remember that one elephant ear and I said I wonder if it'll heal itself? No. But like the rest of it's still green and doing its thing. And this is the new one that came up. Perfection. It's beautiful. I love it. Here's a look down the shade garden. The wild black cherry tree is putting out a lot of fresh growth. That's the host to the eastern tiger swallowtail, which I need to start checking that for eggs because they love to lay eggs on the fresh new leaves. And I've seen one fly through here twice, and I do believe it was a female. So I need to put this tree and all my other wild black cherry trees on my regular walkthrough and check list. Gorgeous rouge plants. Look at what's coming up right in the middle. Passiflora incense. Ready for zebra longwings and Gulf fritillaries. We're just going to leave that there. This is that native viburnum I bought that had those real pretty berries on it. They were like a gray green kind of color, and it looks like it's coming out of dormancy. It's got some little growth on it. My monstera just sprawling all over the place. My sassafras tree looks like it's getting ready to do something too. It's got all these little buds on it. Here's a look from up in the tree house. It's hard to get up over the split leaf. It's kind of a little pan of the garden and how it is today in early February. It's nice to see all this passiflora incense up here in the treehouse is starting to grow back. Right now, this whole thing is not very pretty, but eventually it will all be passiflora incense, full of green and those beautiful flowers and Gulf fritillary butterflies and zebra longwings flying all around. You just have to be patient for it, and that's not easy. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this stroll through my garden. Tap the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, tap the subscribe button. And I'd love to have you as a channel member, only $4.99 a month. And I will see you in my next video.